Three things happened this year that nobody's putting in the same sentence. The Fed held rates higher for longer than anyone expected. AI agents started closing multi-million-dollar ad deals with zero humans in the loop. And the advertising industry, the thing that funds basically the entire internet, quietly restructured itself. Nobody's connecting these dots, so let's connect them.
Start with the boring part, because the boring part is the engine. When interest rates stay elevated, capital gets expensive. Companies can't just borrow cheap money and can't just throw them at teams and figure it out later. Every department has to justify the headcount against the cost of capital that's punishing. Marketing and advertising departments, historically some of the most bloated and least accountable items in the corporate budget, became first place CFO for, for hunting for fat. Here's the thing: right companies needed to cut the cost. The technology to actually replace that cost showed up, and timing is not coincidence. That's the dots nobody's connecting.
Let's talk about what actually died in advertising in the last 18 months. The account managers. Point one, autonomous agents are running a real-time bidding. For decades, media buying meant a human sitting in an agency, staring at a dashboard, deciding where ad dollars go, which audience, which bid. The job is gone. Autonomous AI agents now execute media buying and programmatic bidding in real time with zero human sign-off. We're talking thousands of micro decisions per adjusting bids, reallocating budgets across platforms, killing underperformance placements faster than any human team could physically click a mouse. This isn't AI helps the media buyer. This is AI media. This is the media buyer. This is AI the media buyer. Point number two, LLMs replaced the strategy meeting. Here's the part that should scare every agency account manager which is watching this. Their entire job used to be translating performative data into strategy story for the client. A quarterly deck. Here's what we recommend meetings. A large language model that does that now instantly. Feed it the campaign data and it hands it back a data driven strategy report. Reasonings included. In the time it took you to make a what? A coffee. The account manager's whole value proposition was being the smartest human being, right, Noor? Who interprets the numbers. That's a value proposition that just got automated. Does that make sense, YouTube? Does that make sense, my viewers? So now it just takes a manager, it takes an AI agent to do everything that a manager used to do. Point number three, this isn't a simple automation, it's a negotiation. This is the part people miss out. Automating is a repetitive task. It's old news. That's basically been happening since the 2000s. What's different now is that automation has moved into complex negotiation. Agents are now negotiating rates directly with the publishers, adjusting terms in real time based on performance thresholds, even haggling on the inventory pricing. Exact kind of nuanced, relationship driven work that agents used to say only a human could do. That was a agency's whole pitch for existing. You need us for the relationship, the nuance, the negotiation. That pitch has now just expired. So when a $40 billion agency holding a company middleman built its entire business model on being the layer between brand and platform, that layer just got automated end to end. That's not a disruption. That's an extinction event for the role, if not for the companies themselves.
Now, zoom out. Why does this matter beyond one industry? Advertising is a revenue model for most of the free internet. Search, social, streaming, news, nearly all of it runs on ad dollars. When the mechanism that moves these dollars gets radically more efficient, the money doesn't disappear, it just moves. It moves away from free agency fees, away from human overhead, and straight into platform and infrastructure. The companies that own the agentic tools doing the buying. So, and the loop back to high interest rates, high cost capitals forced companies to demand efficiency. Efficient AI agents delivered it. And now that efficiency exists, it doesn't even go away when the rates eventually come down. Because no CFO is ever going to voluntarily rehire an expensive layer just so they can prove they didn't need it. So that's the real doc. Rates didn't cause the AI takeover. Rates created the incentive to adopt it faster than anyone expected. And now, as you expected, it's perfect. So here where I land on this. This isn't a robots are taking the job story. It's a market structure story. The middleman, the account manager, the agency layer got squeezed by expensive capital and replaced by something faster, cheaper, honestly, a better job. If you are working in advertising, marketing, or media, that skill that survives isn't just running the campaign, it's knowing how to direct the agents to run it for you. Drop a comment what industry you think gets the agentic takeover next. Banking? Legal? Let's talk about it below. If this connected some dots for you, subscribe to my channel. This is exactly the kind of story I'll keep breaking down. Thanks for joining us today, and I'm Mr. O Media, here live from Maple Grove, Minnesota. We'll catch you next time.